For most people, their sporting career ends after high school. Many people accept that and continue on with their life, while some people decide if they can't play collegiate sports, they could try to play club sports. Most of these people choose sports they have played before, but Jack Wolf decided to try a sport he hasn't played before, rugby.
Um, well, I hadn't really been that physically active after coming to college. I played some intramural sports, and I was involved in Greek life, but it was never really any sporting activities. And I wanted to get physically active again, and club rugby seemed like a fun way to do it. And it just seemed like a fun thing to try.
After getting used to the new rules and learning how to play the game, Jack was able to figure everything out and realize that he would be able to play with people who had played for years longer than him.
But the guys that stuck with it, for a while, I was like, wow, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up or compete with these guys because the game is a bit confusing off rip. However, I remember one practice, the biggest kid on the team, I was playing a position where you're kind of the last guy back. So, you have to make that tackle. It's usually one-on-one. And one of the bigger guys on the team broke free, and I was able to wrap him up. And it wasn't pretty, but I was able to bring him down. And that's when I was like, wow, if I can tackle the biggest guy on the team, then, there's probably no one I can't tackle out in a game. And that's when I was like, all right, like I'm starting to understand the game and I can do this.
While Jack has had a lot of fun playing rugby so far, there was one experience that almost made him change the way he felt about the sport.
A couple weeks ago, we actually had a guy break his leg on the field during practice. It was a Tuesday. And I remember I was off to the side, but I heard his leg break from where I was warming up. It was complete. I'm lost for words to describe it really, but it was just a brutal experience, and I'm wishing him nothing but the best and a speedy recovery. But it was just terrible to watch and terrible to hear. And he was rolling around on the ground for quite some time, and someone luckily had a car there and was able to take him to the hospital. But just a traumatizing experience and just not something you want to see, especially out of a teammate, and so prayers up for him.
While this made Jack worried about continuing playing rugby, he decided to keep going due to the new love and enjoyment he found from playing.
It's one of those things where it's kind of a scary thing to see happen, and it could have been any player. It was just an unfortunate situation where his foot got kind of lodged at a weird angle, and it was a little muddy. But it's one of those things. I remember telling my mom, and my mom wasn't thrilled about me still playing. But it's one of those things where it's an unfortunate thing. But just because you see someone get hurt in basketball or soccer or rugby or hockey doesn't mean, it's not safe to play and you don't quit immediately. And I found such a love for the game, I would say, and I have such a drive to play, and I enjoy watching YouTube videos, professional rugby, and I wake up and it's something that I really think about doing and enjoy doing. So just because you have a hobby and it's a dangerous hobby doesn't mean that you should give up on it entirely, especially if you're passionate about it.
Jack is looking to have a great first season as a member of the rugby team. For Com 204, this is Tyler Cody signing off.